Whoa, now there. It's your boy, the Toothless Wonder, back with another video. Nah, man. And I just had a passing thought, so I decided to jump up on this here, right? And along this, hard bark journey of, self-actualization, so on and so forth, I've come to discover and then apply, information in the various topics, money, finance, credit, personal growth and development, wisdom of how to move out here, I guess the quote unquote manosphere, which I kind of move past that to a degree. And a lot of time, like, you get information, just like, if you're growing up, you drink milk for a period of time, but then as you continue to naturally grow as you should, you kind of move beyond milk. You still may drink it here and there with cereal, but you need a little more, you know what I mean? And I just had this passing thought in reference to, like, financial gurus, right? Just in general, no one in specific. Outside of, let's say, a Gerald Celente, or I'm trying to think of anybody, there's a few of them, the Gerald Celentes of the world, maybe a few guys like that, but most mainstream gurus or guys who, in the niche of, credit on YouTube, who, talk about how to get the bag through credit and how to finesse the banks, on and so forth. With all these people who are privy to financial information, forecasters, analysts, so on and so forth, why is no one in these financial spaces, or when you see these various lectures, come to town, or these focus groups, or, you know what I mean, if they have even an elementary knowledge of finance, economics, right? How come nobody is telling us how to prepare for when the dollar collapses? Even though in real time we see inflation hitting our pockets, we see, they're boosting up taxes for the working class. Why are there no gurus saying, how we should move to prepare for a financial cataclysm? They're basically preaching how to get money or how to buy stocks. But again, if the dollar's being devalued, and then you see these other publications where everything's going, what's the plan? Now, I got my own plan, but I'm just curious as to why these people aren't saying anything about anything. My humble, and I'm no financial analyst, I just like to believe I'm a truth seeker. So even if I don't know the truth, I should know the truth when I hear it. Somebody asked, so what should we do? I'm glad you asked. Here's my suggestion, and I attempt to implement this myself, and have known this for over a decade. I'm just now in a position to be able to operate in what I know, even though I've known it for eons. One, the acquisition of land. See, when the dollar goes down, as it's going down now, your money, just like if you're in prison, there's, from what I understand, I don't know how it is now, there's no paper money flowing in prison. But you have people who are prison rich and able to facilitate things in society based on how they're operating in prison. So your skill set becomes money. What you know how to do, your connections. Food becomes money, or bartering chip, or something you can leverage. Power in and of yourself. All these things are now deemed valuable. You can then operate in a fallen society, or one that's crashing, with those skill sets, attributes, assets, resources. Your ability to defend yourself becomes a resource, because then you can defend others and then negotiate, okay, I do this for you, I need you to do this for me because you have a particular skill set that I lack. You see what I'm saying? I hear people say gold and silver, and I would like, and I have, some gold and silver, I guess, reserves. Again, I don't know how that would technically work out other than a bartering chip. But prior to all this, I believe it to be land, your ability to defend yourself, not just with weaponry, but, just some general self-defense. Your ability to produce your own food, because becomes an asset. Not only can you feed yourself and not eat this poison out here, but then you have the ability to feed others if they'll labor for you, or, you know what I'm saying? Not even necessarily labor for you, but, maybe I can trade these 2 chickens for, gas or something to that effect. But those concepts, which they've done it in ancient times, and they've done it when other societies have fallen as of recently, Venezuela, Cuba, whatever. We just live in this delusion here in Babylon where delusion runs rampant, where nobody really operate or sees the need to operate in that, because we're all individualistic. Even if you look at those type of, apocalyptic movies, you basically have these, despotic warlords and their hordes of whoever roaming around controlling territories and their assets within the territories with brute force and, guns and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But they're able to do that because there's no money floating around. So they either have the resource or they have enough brute force to take the resource, hence giving them power, hence people bending to their will, or them being able to get people to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I was just always curious. I believe property, having, like I'm trying to get property myself, which seems to be a daunting task from where I'm at with it. But the ability to have more than, not just for sale, because my plan would be get it, sell it, get land, you know what I mean? Like kind of wash it around like that. But having more than one place to get to, you know what I mean? In different locales, so on and so forth. Like, here's my tentative plan, and I'm into the credit thing and trying to do all that kind of crap ethically, to get the paper money to then attempt to leverage myself to buy the tangible resource, whether it be land, property, guns, gold, seeds, farmland, farm equipment, so on and so forth. Because in the economic breakdown, we're going back to the basics here. Food and shelter are paramount. So if I have the ability to either build a shelter or already have one in place, or multiple shelters, and the ability either whether I've stockpiled food or the ability to grow my own food and are knowledgeable of how to do so, I'm ahead of the game. And not only am I ahead of the game, but I'm able to withstand whatever social pressures are being levied. Just like, when the Jabby thing came out, from what I understand, people were skeptical, as they should be, but the skepticism, or they negated the skepticism once they made it a livelihood issue. And if you don't get it, you can't work here. But if I'm able, and then you work to do what? Pay rent, buy food, and whatever necessities, so on and so forth. So if I knock those 2 out, I don't care what you impose, because I'm able to facilitate those things on my own and not succumb to social, political, pressure. But I don't hear any of these gurus like taking it that far, I guess, down the rabbit hole of being, operating with any kind of foresight. You know what I mean? I'm attempting to do that now. Like, I'm kind of struggling with breaking free now or staying in it to get, the paper money to get the, you know what I mean? And I get, I'll be led by the Most High when it comes to that. But I don't know, just a quick video about financial gurus. And just like, and I don't believe none of the ones I see on TV. Because, of course, if they're, talking about economic doom, they ain't going to put them on TV. Just like I remember this, vividly, during Obama's time and the housing market and the banker bailouts and all that kind of crap. Prior to all that, all the financial gurus on MSNBC, Fox, you know what I mean? CNN, they were all, stocks are great, high. And I remember me and my dad had a philosophical debate. Because, of course, he'd watch a lot of MB, of course, the old Democratic Negro. Ugh. So we were sitting watching, MSNBC, and You're like, oh yeah, Obama's doing a great job. See, the unemployment numbers are low. I'm like, Dad. Now, I guess he was saying at the time, just making up a number, that unemployment was, let's say, 5%, right? I said, Dad, we live in a middle-class neighborhood. When you look out your window, and this is what, because he had just retired, so it's about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. So Obama says the unemployment rate is 5%, right? We live in a middle-class neighborhood in I guess a quote-unquote middle-class suburb, for lack of a better term. But when we look out this window here into the parking lot of the apartment complex we live in, it's more than, let's say, 60% full during normal 9 to 5 working hours. These numbers don't pass the eyeball test. Oh, boy, you don't know what to talk about. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to just believe them versus what I see on a daily basis every day. And that's a whole different video in and of itself. Man, these people tell you, I mean, not just on the TV, just in society, but you never see none of the evidence of what they're saying. Whether it be the preacher man, he talk all this Gucci Dan stuff, but unless he preaching, do you see him actually embody or live what he talking about? You know what I'm saying? That's why I really don't be fooling a whole lot of people, because they just be talking. I'm more the solution-oriented type, and I'm racking my brain on a daily basis to work towards a solution for what I know is happening. We're probably on the precipice, I mean, according to the word of the biggest economic, social cataclysm known to man. Like on that, who made that song, Self Therapy? Goody Mob. What do you say? My mom won't allow it to not be curious. My folk don't understand it, so they don't take it serious. You know what I mean? The signs are all around it. The failed, dating marketer. Like, all these things are coming to fruition. Like, once a woman, and I'm being a little generous here, once she's over 30, she's essentially, and it seems like the number dropping, 25, even down to 23. In this society, and with what they're doing now with social media, once a woman's above 23, she's basically unmarriable. She's been infected, or she's been, intoxicated with the wine of Babylon, so much so she can't come back from it. So now we're in a society where women who are over, I'll just say 25, make it even, who are over 25 are completely destroyed and are of no use other than to engage in whoremongering. You know what I mean? And the people I know, it don't seem like nothing I want to be a part of, especially as I become more self-actualized and principled along my journey. It don't even make no sense to me. You know what I mean? Just like, honestly, and I may have to do it, so I'm praying on being led. Like, I know work is work, and it's, there's fulfillment in and of itself. But unless I find it purposeful, or I enjoy what I do, it's going to be hard for me working a 9-to-5 job or working anybody brick and mortar building. Because my brain going to check out, and then eventually it's only a matter of time for my body check out. You know what I'm saying? But then I may have to use that to fund my mission. So I'm just, praying the Most High just lead me. You know what I'm saying? So I did enjoy working in treatment, but now the issue is the politics of it. You know what I'm saying? Which is something that I ran into when I was personally in treatment. Now, if I don't know something, I don't know it. But once I know, now I'm responsible for it. Everything in this corporatized America is a numbers game. Even helping you is a numbers game. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't even know if this made any sense. But I'll just drop one on here, man. I'm going to holler at y'all. Ooh, oh.